Nothing brings people together quite like Team USA at the Olympic Winter Games. From NBC Universal's iconic storytelling to the innovative technology across Xfinity and Peacock, Comcast brings the Olympic Games home to America, sharing every moment with millions. When Team USA steps onto the world stage, people aren't just watching, they're cheering together. This winter, everyone is all on the same team. Comcast, proud partner of Team USA.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Five. I'm your host, Michael Ware, President and CEO of the Center for Christianity and Public Life. Today is Thursday, March 19th. Let's begin with a reading from Matthew 23. But woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you shut the kingdom of heaven in people's faces. For you neither enter yourselves, nor allow those who would enter to go in. Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For you travel across sea and land to make a single proselyte. And when he becomes a proselyte, you make him twice as much a child of hell as yourselves. Woe to you, blind guides, who say, if anyone swears by the temple, it is nothing. But if anyone swears by the gold of the temple, he is bound by his oath. You blind fools! For which is greater, the gold or the temple that has made the gold sacred? And you say, if anyone swears by the altar, it is nothing. But if anyone swears by the gift that is on the altar, he is bound by his oath. You blind men! For which is greater, the gift or the altar that makes the gift sacred? So whoever swears by the altar swears by it and by everything on it. And whoever swears by the temple swears by it, and by him who dwells in it. And whoever swears by heaven swears by the throne of God, and by him who sits upon it. May God bless the reading of his word. All right, friends, good to be with you. Let's get to the news. First up, the Federal Reserve kept interest rates steady yesterday at their meeting. We're still expecting a quarter of a point cut later this year, but rates were kept steady for now as the war with Iran is disrupting supply chains and causing economic uncertainty and higher prices. Yesterday's meeting is the second in a row in which the Fed has kept rates unchanged in the range of 3.5 to 3 3/4. Next up, we told you about prediction markets yesterday in our main news story. A report yesterday by the Washington Post highlighted just how deranged those markets can be. After a young war correspondent at an Israeli newspaper published a post on March 10th that an Iranian missile had fallen near a suburb of Jerusalem with no casualties. Soon, this reporter was receiving messages threatening his life and family if he didn't take down the report. Messages from people who'd placed bets on the prediction betting forum Polymarket that a missile wouldn't strike Israel that day. One of them tried a different tack than threatening him, offering instead to share their profits from the wager. A U.S. Congressman, Representative Mike Levin, responded to the report yesterday to promote his bill that would ban event contracts based on assassinations, deaths of world leaders, and acts of war. When you let people place million-dollar bets on whether a missile kills someone, you create a financial incentive to threaten journalists, manipulate information, and profit from human suffering, he wrote. Last for today's update, Senator Markwayne Mullin appeared before his Senate colleagues for a sometimes contentious confirmation hearing as he's nominated to replace outgoing Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Mullin defended the department's mass deportations, but emphasized he wants the work to follow rules and follow the law for arrests. He said, My goal in 6 months is that we're not in the lead story every single day. Now, at least one Republican, Rand Paul, has said he won't support him for the job. All right, now let's get into today's main story. Taylor Giorno, a reporter with the news startup Notice, reviewed the most recent financial disclosures from lawmakers and found that the Senate is decidedly a millionaires club. At least 73 of 100 total senators have a median net worth of more than $1 million, she reports. The chamber's median net worth is nearly $4.4 million, more than 70 times the median U.S. household net worth. Americans won't be surprised that people in office often come into it with a lot of money. Running a campaign is expensive, and politicians who don't have to worry about making enough to live off of with a day job have an easier time campaigning and keeping a chaotic schedule. 73% of the Senate being composed of millionaires does, of course, make the chamber further removed from the typical American. Millionaires only make up about 7% of the population. Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland, who is an outlier as his median net worth is less than the median household net worth of his state, told Notice that the fact that the Senate is packed with millionaires means, quote, some of them have lost touch with the real-world challenges faced by Americans all over the country. This dynamic, that elected officials are often wealthier than their constituents, is long-standing. Some academics and policy wonks have tried to explore options to make it easier for people from poorer backgrounds to run for office, including allowing them to draw more easily from their own campaign funds for basic living expenses. Opponents worry that would enable more rampant corruption and abuses of funding. Nick Carnes, professor of public policy at Duke University, pointed out that in 2018, if millionaires formed their own political party, it would make up only a small percentage of the general public, but it would control all three branches of government. Working-class Americans would make up more than half of the country, he said, but legislators from that income bracket had never held more than 2% of the seats in Congress. It has serious consequences for our democratic process, Carnes said. He said his research doesn't mean working-class people just aren't interested in becoming public officials. Instead, it's more likely due to party leaders recruiting wealthier candidates who are expected to be better at fundraising. Elected office just seems out of reach for many. Unless you're a business person or a doctor or a lawyer or just connected to wealth, running for Senate is just not something that most people can even fathom thinking about, because it takes tens of millions of dollars to run for and win a Senate seat, said Aaron Sherb, an activist who wants to make it easier for working-class people to run for office. It's just leaving out huge swaths of hardworking Americans. All right, let's stop there for today and go to the Lord in prayer. Dear Father, always near us, may your name be treasured and loved. May your rule be completed in us. May your will be done here on earth in just the way it is done in heaven. Give us today the things we need today. Forgive us our sins and impositions on you as we are forgiving all who in any way offend us. Please don't put us through trials, but deliver us from everything bad. Because you are the one in charge and you have all the power, and the glory too is all yours forever, which is just the way we want it. All right, friends, thank you for joining me today. As always, The Morning Five is brought to you in partnership with the That Sounds Fun Network, supported by the Center for Christianity and Public Life. If you'd like to learn more about our work at CCPL, you can visit ccpubliclife.org. Hope you have a tremendous Thursday and a great weekend. We'll be back with you on Monday with The Morning Five.